This is the security desk over at the East Corridor, 229617, reporting in. Please come in. West Corridor, please come in. Ah, there you are, 885207. It's good to hear from you. Everything is all clear here on the east side. How are things looking on the west side? Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, I see. I see. Yes. Once again, 885207. My apologies for whispering into the radio. For some odd reason, this particular one in the East Corridor is one of the few left that is still working. And if I speak normally, it creates a horrendous amount of static, so I have to whisper into it. My apologies for that, 885207. It's good to hear that everything is all clear on the west side. I have to be honest with you, 885207. I know we're the last two soldiers left at this compound, at this bunker. But it's not just a compound, it's not just a bunker. I found out what it is that we're guarding. Well, no, 885207, I did not go snooping around. One of the localized alarms in the East Corridor went off. Being the only soldier on the east side of the building, east side of the entire compound, I had to go investigate it, obviously. Well, I appreciate that, 885207. I do my best to be professional, although I must admit I'm not quite as good of a soldier as you are. But I do try my best. Once again, I do appreciate that, 885207. Thank you. I'm not quite sure who to report this to. Again, you and I are the only two soldiers left, and we're the same rank. So, I guess based on these particular circumstances, I should at least keep you aware of the situation. As I said, one of the localized alarms on the east side went off. Yes, that's correct, 885207. Thankfully, I was able to investigate it rather easily. One side of the automatic blast doors ended up with a substantial gap in it, barely wide enough for one human being to squeeze through. Well, unfortunately, 885207, despite the fact that we were told not to enter, I had to disobey orders in order to make sure that the precious items which we were protecting were not compromised. Remember what the general said. Yes, thank you, 885207. It's good to hear that you would have done the very same thing I did. So I went inside and I took a look. Thankfully, nothing was compromised. Although, I did have to inspect rather closely to make sure of that. The cargo, the precious items that we're protecting. 885207, this entire compound is actually a seed depository. Yes, that's correct, 885207. What we've been protecting for the last several years is a massive seed depository. Every type of seed you could imagine. A few for flowers, but mainly for food. All types of seed for growing food. That's what we've been protecting. Yes, I'm forced to agree with you. I don't know why they didn't tell us. Maybe if they did, all of those civilians wouldn't have demanded that we let them out. Maybe most of our fellow soldiers would have stayed as well, had they known. $885-207, I just don't want to dwell on that right now. Yes, that's correct, 885-207. I do have welding skills, and I was able to put my skills to good use. I was surprised that I was able to get the job done as quickly as I did, but somehow I managed to push the one side of the malfunctioning doors shut, and then I used my welding skills and the acetylene torch to basically weld the gap shut. $885-207, you know I have a great deal of respect for you, but I have to respectfully disagree. Welding the doors shut was my only option. Those seeds are far too precious. I don't know what happened to all of those hundreds of civilians who demanded that we let them out. Maybe they survived out there. After the event took place, and they were all brought here. I don't know what happened to them after all that time went by and they demanded we let them out. Well, yes, I agree with you, 885-207. I agree with you that they were foolish and foolhardy. But they're civilians. They're not soldiers. We can't expect them to be as disciplined as we are. They wanted to be let out. And as American citizens, they had every right to leave if that's what they wanted. And they had every right to take their children with them if that's what they wanted. What were we supposed to do? Hold them here? As hostages? As prisoners? No. General Adams made the right decision by letting them go. General McAllister agreed with him. So did General Carhart. What choice did the rest of us have? Once again, I'm forced to agree with you, 885-207. Maybe it would have been merciful if we had gunned them down, but we're soldiers. We're not killers. They made their choice. They probably ended up, well, after the event, after, they're the ones who decided to take their chances out there. And as stupid as that decision was, there's nothing illegal about being stupid. So they went out there with their children. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I seriously doubt if they started a new life. I'm afraid not. 885-207. It has been a year since we have gotten any transmission from any other military base, military installation. It's been a year. It's been about 6 months since I received that last shortwave radio transmission from that civilian. He said he was out of food, and he said that he heard something outside his window, a nightly scratching that kept coming back and slowly driving him insane. He said he was going to take his shotgun and go outside and do something about it. I advised him not to. I don't think he listened to my advice. The main thing is, the seeds are safe. I welded those doors shut. If we ever get a visit from a general and his men ready to use those seeds, plant them, grow food for whoever's left out there, it's going to take them a while to get through those doors, but they'll be able to get through them. I made sure that the welds would hold against anyone trying to steal those seeds. I don't know who's left out there. 885-207. I know it's just you and me in this compound, and I know it's been that way for quite a while. I refuse to believe that you and I are the last two human beings left on this planet. After the event took place, and all those mutated creatures started running around out there, I don't know, some of them look as though they're human. They look as though they have intelligence, maybe a bit reptilian in nature. No, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that human beings have now evolved into lizard-like creatures. They sometimes come near the perimeter fence. I just switch on the defense systems and I aim just inside the fence. That usually scares them off. No, that's a negative 885207. I don't know why they're so curious. I've scared them off for now. Maybe they're just curious because this compound is here and so heavily defended. Yeah, I'm surprised this compound is still left standing after the fire that took place. The one in which you were burned alive. 885207. Are you really on the west side? You're not, are you? 885207. I buried you last year. The fire, it wasn't your fault, but I tried to save you. I did. I'm sorry, 885207. I tried to save you, but you were just too badly burned. Oh no. 885207, if you can hear me, please respond on the radio. Oh. $885-207. I don't think this is one of my good days. You're not on the radio, are you? You haven't said a word this entire time to me, have you? No. 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 You're not real. You're not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, 885207. You're not real. Not anymore. I buried you. I just wish I had known your name. The only marker I could put was 885207 on the cross I made out of those 2 pieces of plywood on your grave. I wish you hadn't left. I remember now. I welded the doors shut to the west side of the compound. Of course, everything is all quiet on the western front, because there's nothing there. I couldn't keep an eye on the entire complex by myself, 885207. I had to weld the doors shut on the west side. I really wish you hadn't left me. I really wish I knew your name, 885207. It's almost time for my meal break. I think I'll take it a few minutes early. Yeah, I'm gonna take it a few minutes early, 885207. I'll talk to you later.